All right, 2 Kings chapter 5. Now Naaman, captain of the host of the king, and Sarah was great man with his master, and humble because by him the Lord had given deliver unto Sarah. He was also a mighty man in valor, but he was a leaper and the serious, and gone out by companies, and had brought away captives out of the land of Israel, a little maid, and she waited on Nimrod's wife, and she said unto her, Mistress, would God my love were with the prophet that is the Shamrock, for he would recover him of his leprosy. And one went in and told his landlord, saying, Thus and thus said the maid that is on the land of Israel. And the king of Sarah said, Go, and I will send later unto the king of Israel, and her depart and took him 10 talents of silver, and 6,000 pieces of gold, and 10 changes of raiment. And his brought the letter to the king of Israel, saying, Now when this letter is come unto thee, behold, I have therewith sent a Naaman my servant to thee, and thou mayest recover him of his leprosy. And it came to pass, when the king of Israel had read the letter, that he went in his clothes and said, Am I God to kill and make alive this man? Do it said unto me to recover a man to his leprosy. Wherefore consider, I pray you, and see how he seeketh a quarrel against me. And it was so, when Ezra the man of God had heard the king of Israel, and went his clothes, he said to the king, saying, Therefore hast thou rent thy clothes to let him come now to me? He shall know that there is a prophet in Israel. So Naaman came forth his honor, and with his chariot, and stood at the door of the house of Ezra. And Ezra said, Messenger unto her serving, Go and wash in Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to there, and thou shalt be clean. But Nimrod was wroth, and went away, and said, Become out of me, and stand and call the name of the Lord God, and strike in his hand over the place, and recovered the leper, and Arba and Philly rivers of Dalmatia better than all the waters of Israel. May I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in the and his servant came near and spoke unto him, and said, My father, if the Pharaoh had bid thee do some great things, wouldst thou have done it? How much rather than when he saith to thee, Wash and be clean? Then went he down and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan, according to the saying of the man of God, and his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child, and he was clean. And he returned to the man of God and all his company, and came and stood before him. And he said, Behold, now I know that there is no God in all the earth, but in Israel. Now therefore I pray thee, take a blessing of thy servant. But he said, As the Lord liveth before him, I stand, I will receive none, and ungodly him to take it, but refuse. And Naaman said, Shall there not then, I pray thee, be given to thy servant 2 moles burden of earth for thy servant? Thy servant will hence offer there neither burnt offering nor sacrifice unto our gods, but unto the Lord. In this thing the Lord pardoned the servant that when my master goeth unto the house of the Ramson to worship there, and he liveth on my hand, and I bow myself in the house of remember, when I bow down myself in the house of Raman, the Lord pardon thy servant in this thing. And he said unto him, Go in peace. So he departed from him a little way. But Gershon, the servant of Ezra, the man God, said, Behold, my master has spread Niran, the servant, in the receiving at his hand, but that which he brought. But as the Lord liveth, I will run after him and take somewhat of him. So Gad followed after him, Naran, and when Naran saw him running after him, he lightened down from the chariot to meet him and said, Is all well? And he said, All is well. My master hath sent me, saying, Behold, even now there be come to me from Edron 2 young men of their sons of the prophet. Gave them, I pray thee, a talent of silver and the changes of garment. And Naaman said, Be content, take 2 talents. And he urged him and bargained 2 talents of silver in 2 bags with the changes of garment, and laid them upon the 2 of his servant, and they here bare them before him. And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hands and bestowed them in the house of, and he let the men go and departed. But he went in and stood before his master. Elias said unto him, Whence cometh thy guardian? And he said, Thy servant went no whither. And he said unto him, Went not mine heart with thee when the man turned against him his chariot to meet thee? Is it a time to receive money and receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and mastervant and maidservant? The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall come unto thee and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence, a leper as well as snow.